We finally got a look at the new Super Mario items coming to New Horizons. And they have certainly gone above and beyond what I was expecting. Let's go frame by frame to see exactly what's going on here. First up, Mr. Luigi. He's sporting the Luigi hat, a nose and mustache accessory, as well as the signature green and blue overalls, and what looks like Luigi shoes. The outside of the house has been decorated with Mario colors. Nothing new there, just thought it was a nice Nintendo touch. The villager takes out his wand and we see 4 new Mario outfits. On top, Mario. To the right, the Luigi outfit that we've already seen. South on the radial is Peach's dress, and to the left is Wario's outfit. Poor Waluigi, not only being left out of Smash, but he can't even get a cameo in Animal Crossing. Once the villager changes into the Mario costume, we get a better look at the shoes. They do indeed look like new shoes. A little later in the trailer, we see a more detailed list, and they are indeed new shoes. We've also got a Mario mustache accessory, which is slightly different than Luigi's, as well as a Mario hat. Cappy, is that you? And Mario colored overalls. The villagers start walking down a path full of new furniture items. There are brick blocks in between the fencing, and on top, a super mushroom. The villager interacts with it, and it squishes. Oh, so squishy. There are coins that disappear and ting when walked over. The trailer then shows them reappearing a couple seconds later. There's a question mark block hovering in the air with 2 brick blocks next to it. This gets me excited because we are getting closer to hanging items outside. Granted, these don't require a wall, but still, I'd like to think that they're finally getting the hint. The question mark blocks make the coin ting when walked under. There's also a star at the bottom of the screen that Luigi interacts with. It spins, shines, and plays the Superstar song. A little further down, we see an interactable green Koopa shell and a thwomp. What? That actually falls when you get too close to it. I'm assuming you can't actually walk under it. It would be cool if it, made you pass out and spawn back at your house. I just want the thwomp to kill me, okay? In the top right, we see a fire flower on a singular brick block and a 1-up mushroom on the left side. There are what I believe to be 2 new mushroom items in the back, a tall boy mushroom and a short boy mushroom. Oh. They look like we could possibly place something on top, kind of like the frozen pillars, but that's a wait and see kind of thing. Again, we do see later in the Nook shopping list that the smaller one is called the small mushroom platform, so they are new. Next to the pipe, we see a villager sporting the entire Wario outfit. Hat, nose mustache, and shoes. The thing I'm super excited about is the warp pipe. My god, I was not expecting anything like this. Interacting with this item allows you to warp to another warp pipe placed anywhere on your island. I was hoping for bridges over terraformed land, but I guess this will have to do for now. Like every New Horizons update so far, Nintendo goes into more detail on the official website. You have to place at least 2 warp pipes for these to work at all. If you place more than 2, your destination will be randomly determined. God, this brings a scary new mechanic to island mazes. Please, be nice to us, Crunchy. You can also place a pipe inside a player's house and warp instantly inside. I am so excited for these. My mind is racing with so many ways to use them, but I'll probably just put one on the beach opposite of Nook's Cranny so I don't have to run for 30 seconds to sell my fish. Through the warp pipe, we see a Mario flag that can be interacted with, as well as a better look at the Peach costume. The crown. Oh my god, it's so adorable. And of course, Peach's dress. Can we just appreciate how our villagers hop out of the warp pipe? They didn't have to do it, but they did. God, Nintendo is so good at adding these little details that could so easily be looked over. Throughout the trailer, the villagers are performing various reactions, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like anything new. So besides the new motion that comes with jumping out of the pipe, I don't think we'll be getting new reactions this update. Which is fine, I'm still having a ball throwing confetti all over my friends. This update will be available to download on February 25th, but the items won't actually be available until March 1st. Going back over to the website, Nintendo confirms that the update is time-locked, which means that you cannot time travel to March to get these items early. You'll have to wait until the update is available in the earliest time zone on March 1st. The trailer then shows off some of the other Mario items that will be available in the Nook shopping app, some of which haven't actually been shown in the trailer. I won't go into detail about them just in case you don't want to be spoiled, but I'll link to 8-Bit Bish's Reddit post and it shows pictures of every item that we see listed out. Back over to the official website, there's more stuff coming to us in addition to the Mario items. The Doll Festival, or Girls' Day, lands on March 3rd this year. To celebrate, the developers are releasing a doll set and a paper lantern. I'm down for more cherry blossom items, they are so pretty. The website tells us that these will be available one by one on a daily basis. Google translated, so the wording probably isn't super accurate. But make sure you're actively checking the Nook shopping app so you don't miss out. Next, Pie Day. From March 1st to March 14th, you'll be able to purchase a pie. Woo, food! March 17th brings us St. Patrick's Day, or as New Horizons calls it, Shamrock Day. We'll be able to purchase a Shamrock soda. Look at that. It puts McDonald's Shamrock Shake to shame. As well as a door plate, a rug, and clothing, which will be available at Abel's. So, that shake, does that mean Brewster's gonna show up soon? Alright, I know the addition of another drink, it doesn't mean much, but one can hope every time a new trailer comes out, right? There's a thank you gift for downloading the update. You'll receive a Mario wall in the mail from Nintendo, which will be available immediately after downloading. Not a ton to this update, but my god, that warp pipe. This thing goes above and beyond. I don't know why I'm so excited for it, maybe because it's something I wasn't expecting at all. The furniture definitely got a much needed glow up from past games, thank god. So have fun decorating with all of the pieces. How are you planning to use your warp pipe? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye! As well as a signature green and blue over, as well as a signature green and blue, as well as a